Alrighty guys, how's it going? So I got a fun song for you today. I was watching a movie last night called Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and this song gets featured in the movie. Now the song that's in the movie, I didn't know this was actually a cover version. I thought that was what the song was the one that was in the movie. But apparently there's one from the 70s that's the original version. So we're going to be taking our cues from the original version. And the star of the show in this is the bass line. It's what gives it the groove and the swing and drives the whole song the entire time. So I'll show you how you can play the bass line on the guitar. That's actually the hardest part of everything we're going to do would be the bass line. Just because you play that thing over and over again for like 3.5 minutes. It's a right hand workout, so it's great for your stamina. Not a lot to it, and it's just good for working on your timing, right hand muting. We're going to palm mute most of that. And then I'll show you how you can play the vocal melody with some chords, and then I'll show you a little solo you can play. Just something that kind of fits the song nicely to kind of break up the repetitiveness of everything that's going on. But that's about it. Let's just go ahead and get into the intro. Alright, so for the bass line, we're just playing over F sharp major and E major, right? So it's a lot of fun to play. This is what makes the whole song groove. And I'm going to play it a little more aggressively. I'm going to palm mute everything just to give it a softer tone like the bass guitar has. And then I'm going to dig in with the pick more and alternate pick everything. So you could play it real soft and with all downstrokes like a... But I'm going to dig in more and be like a... Kind of make it a little snappier. There is a second guitar part that comes in that's kind of like doing that little like... that kind of thing. But let's just go over the bass line, right? So we're going to go 2 on the low E. I like to use my thumb. It's basically a string of 8th notes, right? It's just this gallop, bump, 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 right? So down, up, do that 3 times, or just however you want to look at it, right? Then we're going to go 4 on A and then 2 to 4 on D. After we do F sharp a bunch, however many times it does it, then we'll switch to E, play over E major. Just hit the low E, do the same sequence as you did on F sharp. Then we're going to go 2 to 4 on A and then 2 on D. And then after you hit 2 to 4 to 2, A to D, go back to the low E. Play the same thing we played over F sharp, but have E in the bass. We'll just go 4 on A and then 2 to 4 on D. So okay, and then go back to your F sharp. So that's the whole bass line for the verses, right? So you can just play. Get into the chorus, we'll come in off of that F sharp, and I kind of hit it and pause just to give it that break that you kind of hear in the song. Okay, and then we're gonna make it kind of swing a little more, right? So for the chorus part, after you do that G, that F sharp, I feel fine. Okay, so we're just going to hit F sharp twice on the low E, 2nd fret. Then go to the octave of that, hit D on 4, let that ring out. And then go down to 2 on D. And then go 4 to 2 on A. Go to 4 on the low E. And you kind of want to swing it. Then go back to 2 on the low E. And this time we're going to play the same thing, but we're going to end on the open A instead of 4 on the low E. So go 2 on the low E, then 4 to 2 on D. 4 to 2 on A, and then the open A string, right? So then we'll repeat that over and over until we switch to E. So you have so now when we get to E, we're going to hit open E, same thing, you hit it twice, and then we're going to hit a 2 on D, and then we're going to go to 5 on A, and then to 2 on A, and then we're going to hit the open A, and then we're going to hit the 3rd fret on the low E. Just do that once. Back to the open E. Then we're going to repeat everything the same. Open E, then 2 on D. Let that one ring. Then go 5 to 2 on A. And then open A. And then 4 on the low E. And that'll turn us around back into the F sharp with the verse, right? So that whole little chorus you have. Keeps going, right? Alright, so let me play that again. So that's the whole bass line throughout. It doesn't change, it doesn't deviate from that. You're either playing the verse or you're playing the chorus part, and that's the whole bass line, right? So from the bass line, let's go ahead and get into the main guitar parts of the verse. Alright, so for the verse guitar, there's not a lot going on. If you want to play it just like the recording, there's like one guitar that comes in towards the beginning. It's just kind of going like a... kind of thing, and then you just hear these tremolo strums where they just strum an F sharp major to an E major, and that comes in towards the second half of the verse, and that's like all that is going on with the guitar, right? If you want to play it like the recording, but instead we're going to play the vocal melody, right? So we'll have like some of the little horn parts and everything like that. So the first half of the vocal melody we'll play it one way, and then the second half, like when these come in, we're gonna play it a different way because the melody kind of changes a little bit. So we start out, we're basically gonna be playing an F sharp over B flat. So just have 8 on the D string, bar G, B, and E on 6, and then have 7th fret on the B string. Just go da 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 da. Then we're gonna take that same shape 2 frets down. We're gonna play E over G sharp. Okay, da da. I think I start on an upstroke when I go to E. Yeah, I start on an upstroke. Sometimes I'll give these like little muted hits in between. So it's was it Making a Living the Old Hard Way, right? So after E over G sharp, we're gonna go to F sharp major, 4 3 2 2, D G B and E, and I'll just give that like 2 upstrokes, right? And repeat that again. Okay, then the third time. Third time when you walk it down and you have F sharp over B flat to E over G sharp to your F sharp. Then we're going to go G sharp minor to E over G sharp, right? So then you can just have 6 on D, bar G, B, and E on 4. I'll hit that with an upstroke, however you want to play it though, right? And then have your E over over G sharp, just 6, 4, 5, 4, D, G, B, and E. Okay, so we have. Fill in space so I'm not just kind of like hanging out to dry there. I'll slide up to this inversion of E over G sharp, and I'll just slide into 11 on A, bar D, G, and B on 9, and then we'll do the toe in the line thing, right? Number of different ways you can play this. Play them in sixths, you can play them in thirds, you can play them in fourths, like however you want to do it, right? And but the way I played it, we're gonna go for toe in the line. I'm gonna slide in. I'm gonna keep that shape of that E over G sharp. So just keep this shape where you have 6 on D and then 4 on G and 5 on B. I'm basically just playing the sixth of it though. I'm just gonna slide into 6 on D and hit 5 on B. Then I'm gonna strum down. Take that same shape up a half step and basically play F over A to F sharp over B flat. And I'm just going to strum down on those 1 each. Okay, and then quickly, I'm going to go right up here and I'm going to go 7 on A and 6 on D. Hit that twice. Walk that up a half step to 8 and 7 A and D and 9 and 8 A and D. Okay, so you have then you can pause and then just hit 14 on B and E, hit that twice. It's kind of doing that horn thing, right? We're just playing F sharp basically. However you want to do it. Playing the full chord doesn't sound good, just play, you know. And that's that whole like little verse part there. And then the second time around, it'll change and we'll add in, we'll go okay, so the second time around, instead of going F sharp, we're going to go from F sharp into G sharp minor, right? So after you hit F sharp twice, walk up to G sharp minor, 6 on D, G, B, and E on 4, and just do everything else the same, right? Just G sharp minor to E over G sharp, and slide up to this inversion, E over G sharp, and then do the toe in the line thing again. Okay, and then we get into the chorus part, right? So the chorus part, I feel fine, right? Basically just going between the same chords, right? F sharp major, E over G sharp, and then F sharp over B flat. So I feel fine. I'm going to switch back and forth. You can play around with it. So we go 4 3 2 2 to F sharp. Give it one down hit. Then go to E over G sharp, 6 4 5 4. Go back to this F sharp for the first time and go 2 3 or 4 3 2 2. So I feel fine. Talking about. And I'm gonna walk up F sharp major 4 3 2 2, and then walk up E over G sharp to F sharp over B flat. Right, 6 4 5 4 to 8 6 7 6. Talking about. I'll go between downstrokes and upstrokes, right? Okay, and then once you get to that F sharp over B flat, hang on it again, walk it back down, G sharp, or E over G sharp, back to F sharp major, right? So you have so you just repeat that back and forth between all that, and then to get out of it, we go from F sharp to G sharp minor, 4 3 2 2, then just once hit 6 4 4 4, like we did at the end of the verse, right? And then your E over G sharp, 6 4 5 4. So then you can slide up your, and then the toe in the line. Okay, so that's your whole chorus part there, and so you just have that. Now it's really just timing. Like I feel fine. It's like it's kind of, you gotta kind of lay back a little bit. So that's the whole chorus part for the guitar and the vocal melody, or the vocal melody for the verse part, right? And then the vocal melody for the chorus we just went through. And then I'll show you the little guitar solo, so let's get into the guitar solo part. Alright, so for the guitar solo, we're going to outline some double stop thirds over the F sharp major chord, and then we'll outline the E major chord at the end. Everything we do is going to be hybrid picked and played very staccato, right? So we'll have... So this looks easy, I assure you it's not. And you're going to see there's a lot of shifting involved, there's a lot of like the hybrid picking, everything, right? So you got to be very accurate with everything you're doing. So we're going to start out, we're going to go 9-7, these little thirds right out of your F sharp major scale. We'll go 9-7 B and E, and we'll slide into 11-9 B and E, and we'll play that 3 times. Just pick on B string, middle finger on high E. Just do it 3 times. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Then after that, we're gonna go 9-7 B and E to 7-6 B and E, and do that twice. And you kind of hesitate, give it a little pause in between. So, okay, and the second time you do it, slide in. We're gonna go 6th fret D and G, pick on D, middle finger on G, slide into 8 on D and G, then get 6 on G and 7 on B, give that some vibrato, and then walk up and pick 8 on G and 9 on B. Okay, so second time is all going to be the same. We're just going to tag the end different, right? So this time, instead of going, we're just going to go, just to give it some variation. So at the end, instead of going 6-7 to 8-9 on G and B, we're going to go 6-7 on G to 8 on D and G. Okay. All right. So both of those together, real slow. To play over the E part, okay, we're gonna walk down like some of the bass and vocal melody with like, that's kind of the "Sun in the rain and the bright blue." That's kind of walking down the vocal melody a little bit. So we just have 11-9 B and E, 1 2 3 4 on each of these. Bump 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 bump. It's almost like a quarter note and a triplet. same shape down, 2 steps, or a whole step, 2 frets to 9 and 7 B and E. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go 7, 6 B and E. I like to use my index and middle finger because we're going to be sliding into the next note, right? So, and you can slide back if you want. Do this little lick. I'm going to rake down. I'm going to slide into 11 on E. I kind of ghost slide it, but you can just go 9 to 11 if you want. Then pop 9 on the high E. Then I'm going to mute out the E. And I'm going to slide back 11 to 9 on B and pull off to 7. And then after I pull off to 7 from 9, I'm going to hit 8 on the G string. So we have and after you do that lick, we're going to outline the E chord, right? And from here, I'm just going to put my pinky down on the 7th fret on the high E, and then have your ring finger down on 7 on B, your index on 5 on B, and just bend up the B string while holding down 7 on E with your pinky. You can just kind of micro bend this. You don't have to bend it up like, you don't have to bend it all the way up. I think it kind of sounds cooler just giving it like a quarter step or like a half step. Okay, then give it some vibrato and just hit 5 on B and 7 on E together. Then I'm just going to slide up on B and E from 7 to B and E on 12 and give that some vibrato. And then you just do the toe in the line thing. And you just do all that stuff again, right? So everything together really slow, right? We're going to go okay, and then the only other thing I did was at the end, I was just doing this as like a nod to the cover version that I heard in the movie Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, because that's the way I've heard the song to begin with. First time I ever heard it was that. I didn't even know that there was an original until I went to look it up to listen to it. But so in that cover version, they do this kind of overdriven type of thing, right? So I'm just going from like an E5 power chord to an F sharp 5 power chord. So 7, 9, 9, E, A, and D. And I'll slide up to 9, 11, 11 on, or I'm sorry, A, D, and G, 7, 9, 9. And hit that. Slide up to 9, 11, 11 on A, D, and G. Slide off of it a little bit. I'm going to play this power chord extension. I'm just going to bar with my index finger D and G on 11 and bar with my pinky B and E on 14. Hit that twice. Alright, and you can just play that however many times. My loop kind of ended weird, so I ended on a 5 instead of 4, but we're just going to have... So that's about it, man. That's like everything that I did in the song. It's a lot of fun to play. It's quite a workout, man. Like if you're sitting there chugging that bass line, just if you sit there and play that bass line just like that for 3.5 minutes, man, your wrist is gonna, your forearm, man, is gonna be burning. I don't care how loose you play. You gotta respect bass players for just thumping this stuff along with a pick for that long. But anyway, great practice, and then working on the vocal melody, working on the timing with that, trying to lay back and kind of get that in the pocket, and then having fun with the guitar solo, working on getting those kind of thirds and everything real staccato and accurate. But that's it, man. It's a kind of a sneaky, tricky song, but there's not a lot to it. It's simple on the surface, but once you dig in and start playing it, you realize there's a little more going on than you think. But that's it. Just practice slow, have fun. I'll see you next time.